Rome trembled before a queen it could not control. In 1st century Egypt, torchlight flickered across unstable thrones and silent temples. Cleopatra rose as whispers sharpened into fear. She spoke many tongues, read omens, commanded loyalty. Behind silk and gold, strategy moved like a blade. Roman spies listened, senators panicked, alliances shifted. She bent power without armies, rewriting rules before war. Propaganda prepared its knives, truth hid in shadows waiting. If Rome feared her so deeply, what forbidden science, secrets, and strategies threatened empire, memory, and the future itself that still echo through power, propaganda, and silence today across history forever? Power was not seized with swords, but built in silence. In Ptolemaic Alexandria, libraries burned with ideas, not flames. Cleopatra learned languages, rituals, and command beneath marble roofs. Incense drifted as alliances formed. Loyalty bought, rivals watched. She ruled through spectacle, timing, and controlled mystery. Rome marched west, unaware power hardened elsewhere. Gold moved, ships waited, patience replaced haste. Every decision tightened Egypt's grip. Before war drums sounded, the kingdom had transformed. Shadows gathered quietly, priests whispered, spies listened, markets obeyed. Faith waited patiently as history turned, unseen, deliberate, unstoppable. And Rome would soon realize it faced strategy, not ceremony. Power always invites enemies hiding as allies. Rome's generals closed in as Egypt burned with tension. Cleopatra bound herself to Caesar, then Antony, reshaping seas and thrones. Love mixed with strategy, and war followed. Fleets gathered, omens darkened, loyalty cracked. Whispers of betrayal crept through tents and temples. At Actium, fire met water, courage met fear. One choice tipped empires. Defeat meant erasure, capture meant humiliation. As Rome advanced, Cleopatra faced silence, ritual, and destiny. Priests watched stars, soldiers waited, history held breath. Was betrayal inevitable, or carefully engineered to destroy her and erase Egypt forever from memory and history? Rome killed her story before she drew her final breath. Cleopatra lay in tombs, but her legend vanished under fire and ink. Poets mocked, historians obeyed, and libraries hid truths. Yet her strategies, ambition, and intellect lingered in myths, ceremonies, and hidden power. Feminine authority, political theater, and influence survived in whispers. Empires learned to erase, not just conquer. History remembers victories, but forgets fear. Her name echoes faintly through ruins and texts. Was she truly defeated? Or does Rome's silence conceal a queen whose genius still shapes power today? Unseen, unstoppable, eternal, and unresolved forever? Rome did not fear armies, they feared whispers. In Alexandria's golden halls, incense curled through shadows, hiding secrets no scroll would record. Cleopatra moved unseen networks, spies, and coded messages. Envoys disappeared, rituals unfolded, and silent watchers observed every word. Beauty masked intellect, charm concealed strategy, power flowed in hidden currents. Senators whispered, fearing knowledge older than empires. Every shadow carried calculation, every flame reflected watchful eyes. What forbidden wisdom, lost experiments, or secret alliances compelled Rome to erase her from memory? In the silence of tombs and libraries, the queen's unseen influence lingered, unresolved, eternal, and waiting to be discovered again. Alexandria's walls held more than gold, they hid whispers of power. In late Hellenistic Egypt, palaces burned with firelight and secrets. Cleopatra surrounded herself with scholars, priests, and silent spies. Symbols, rituals, and subtle threats shaped loyalty and fear. Rome trusted legions. She trusted knowledge, poisons, and belief. Every word carried weight. Every gesture hid strategy. Borders shifted without armies. Empires bent without battle. Power flowed through silence, devotion, and unseen networks. What decisions were shaped behind closed doors? And how many empires fell before? History even noticed the queen's invisible hand shaping destiny. Across the world forever, Rome did not fear her beauty, they feared what she controlled in shadows. In Alexandria, Firelight flickered across hidden halls, spies, and secret rites. Allies whispered doubts, lovers wavered, and plots twisted through corridors. Every ritual became accusation, every message a weapon. Espionage collided with invasion, faith battled fear. Whispers now dictated empires, shadows decided fates. Hidden alliances teetered on destruction. Every spell, every secret, became proof used to justify war. As Rome advanced, moral annihilation cloaked ambition. Was Cleopatra's genius destroyed, or did her unseen power continue shaping empires in silence? Beyond memory, beyond history, forever, Rome tried to erase her completely, yet shadows refused to vanish. Cleopatra's name was mocked, her libraries burned, her innovations silenced. Fragments survived in myths, alchemy, and hidden systems of knowledge. Intelligence, influence, and control flowed through unseen networks she built. Power moved in whispers, not armies. Secrets shaped decisions across empires. Modern surveillance, propaganda, and fear may trace back to her designs. Every law, ritual, and shadowed maneuver echoes forgotten strategy. Was Cleopatra truly gone? Or does her erased network still steer empires unseen? Teaching history we refuse to recognize, repeating patterns older than Rome itself forever. Silent, unstoppable, eternal. Love could kill an empire, yet treason lurked closer. In 1st century Egypt, Cleopatra balanced Rome's hunger against her kingdom's survival. Allies promised protection, whispers promised betrayal. Every glance carried calculation, every embrace concealed risk. Fleets advanced, omens darkened, and decisions shaped destinies. One misstep could erase a queen, topple dynasties, and crush memory itself. Statues shattered, scrolls vanished, and silence replaced truth. Power, love, and fear intertwined in Alexandria's shadowed halls. Was her choice driven by passion, strategy, or fate? And does the world still feel the consequences of one queen's decision? Hidden, forgotten, eternal? Empires collide, and a queen stands between survival and annihilation. In 1st century Alexandria, marble halls echoed with prayers, strategy, and tension. Cleopatra navigated a world where borders burned and alliances trembled. Caesar arrived, Antony deepened bonds, and power shifted like sand. Diplomacy, spectacle, and cunning became weapons sharper than swords. Temples watched silently as old gods measured ambition. Every decision risked collapse. Every alliance held hidden danger. Egypt rose briefly, threatening Rome's destiny. What price did ambition demand? And could a queen's calculated brilliance survive when empires watched? Gods judged, and history itself waited silently to decide her fate forever. The sea turned to fire, and illusions died with it. At Actium, Alexandria's fleets clashed beneath smoke and ominous skies. Antony faltered, allies fled, and Cleopatra watched power slip through hands once firm. Rituals replaced hope. Strategy became desperation. Every choice weighed with death. Enemies circled, rumors whispered like daggers. Capture meant humiliation. Defeat meant erasure. She chose her own end, sealing Egypt's fate. Rome celebrated, rewriting truth into propaganda. Lessons became lies. Silence became empire memory. Was Cleopatra defeated, or did her final act seed shadows that still haunt power, influence, and fear across history forever unseen and unstoppable? Rome feared her more than armies, more than walls they feared her mind. Egypt crumbled, yet Cleopatra's presence lingered like shadow in marble halls. Poets lied, historians obeyed, and truth vanished beneath fire and ink. Her name became myth, her life a weapon, her story rewritten as warning. Empires learned to crush reputations before nations. Scrolls burned, statues shattered, silence reigned. Yet ruins whisper questions through time. Was Egypt lost to love and war, or to fear of a queen who ruled too well? Does her erased power still haunt rulers and empires even today? Unseen, eternal, unstoppable, Rome never feared her beauty, they feared her mind. In Alexandria, candlelight flickered over scrolls, instruments, and silent laboratories. Cleopatra studied astronomy, medicine, and secrets older than empires. Knowledge moved in shadows while spies and scholars watched unseen. Genius was dismissed as seduction, innovation silenced by fear. Scrolls vanished, experiments ended, and silence became law. Her intellect shaped empires before armies marched. Every whisper hinted at strategies Rome could not comprehend. What truths did she hold that could have rewritten history? Does the silenced mind of Cleopatra still influence power, science, and ambition today? Hidden, unstoppable, eternal, beyond memory and empire alike? Alexandria burned with knowledge brighter than any empire's sword. In marble halls and shadowed libraries, Cleopatra commanded scholars, astrologers and alchemists. Medicine, astronomy, languages and economics flowed under her guidance. Formulas and experiments reshaped power. Cosmetics concealed strategy. Policies built influence. Egypt thrived on intellect while Rome watched with unease. Sensing threats beyond armies, secrets whispered through corridors, knowledge moved like invisible legions. Every scroll, every experiment carried the weight of empires. Could a queen's mind alone challenge Rome's legions and rewrite destinies? And does the unseen growth of her forbidden knowledge still shape worlds, empires, and ambition today? Silent, eternal, unstoppable, hidden forever, Rome did not fear armies, they feared memory itself. In Alexandria, scrolls burned, libraries turned to ash, and scholars vanished silently. Cleopatra's experiments in medicine, astronomy, and strategy became dangerous heresy. Truth itself was criminalized, knowledge erased before it could challenge empire. Conquest advanced, but propaganda destroyed what swords could not. Wisdom crumbled under fear. Obedience replaced curiosity. Silence replaced innovation. Every record altered. Every invention hidden or lost. This was not mere war, it was the killing of possibility. Could a queen's mind survive when history itself conspired to forget? And does her erased knowledge still haunt power? Silent, eternal, unstoppable beyond memory, history almost forgot her entirely. Yet whispers remain. Cleopatra's Alexandria held alchemy, medicine, astronomy, and hidden strategies shaping empires. Scrolls vanished, laboratories closed, and innovations became forbidden. Her genius traced unseen roots in political power, surveillance, and influence. If her systems endured, civilizations might have followed different paths. Every erased formula and silenced scholar hints at stolen possibility. Empires feared knowledge more than armies, rewriting memory to control futures. Ruins murmur equations never solved, secrets never spoken, futures never realized. What might humanity have gained if her mind had survived? And does her buried wisdom still shape our world today? Unseen, eternal, unstoppable, beyond empire's reach.